I'm honored to officially unveil the National Youth Dialogue, Nigeria themed youthful voices. The national choice, synergy in actions, empowering patriotism, entrepreneurs for the sustainable of Nigeria. The National Youth Dialogue, with this team that I've just mentioned, is to hold and talk to ourselves from 774 local governments of this country, the core youth. And when I mean the core youth, the youth that resides in this local government, to explain and to dialogue and to bring up all the government initiatives, ideas, and thought. The dialogue is an opportunity to build our work at this Ministry of Youth. Through dialogue, we can further push these followings. One, promoting deep patriotism among the youth. Enhancing entrepreneurship, provide comprehensive trainings and access resources and networks that support entrepreneurship ventures, increase business, startups, sources, and rates of sustainability. 3, to promote cooperations among ourselves and forget, maybe I'm for this party or I'm not for this party, and think Nigerian first. That regardless of whatever political party we have, Nigeria has been in existence before you join the political party. And now, it is time for us, in as much we are in the affairs of the government, and we listen to the government, we have with them, we do things together. Now, it is time for us to come together, cooperate, put ourselves together, and make sure that we move Nigeria forward, because nobody will come and do it for us. It is we ourselves, regardless of whichever state we come from, ethnic groups, whatever we call it, we've made up our mind to come together, to cooperate. This dialogue is going to be a sitting that all of us will sit together and make sure that we go down deep to the problem we are facing, so that at the end of the day, we will not continue discussing the problem. We want to start discussing the solution. Through consistent engagement, support for the young entrepreneurs, trainings for jobs, etc., the ministry will continue to do its best to deliver opportunities, to hunt for opportunities for the youth of this country. I believe with this dialogue, we will further exchange ideas on what we can do to support the youth to thrive. The majority of the young people in this country have one single problem. A large numbers of people will not believe, but that is our problem. The problem of unemployment. And that is why we are not engaged. And I've said it several times, that the only solution for unemployment is for government to provide an enable environment for us to thrive. Everybody can never be a civil servant. Everybody will not work as senator. Everybody will not work as minister. Everybody will not even have the idea of what to do. But when enable environment is being provided, everybody will thrive. We've made up our mind, and the government of the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu have set it, the pace, that we are ready to renew the hope of this country. And that is why the government is doing everything possible to make sure that the hope of this country is being renewed. And one of it is the initiatives that has been going on all over everywhere about this government. We said the president makes it very clear that no student will go out of school because you cannot pay a school fees from any universities, federal, polytechnics, agriculture, whatever universities you have, institutions. It even includes that even if you are in technical education, you are going to have this opportunity. And I can tell you today that majority of the students are now applying and getting this loan. Furthermore, he said we are going to include stipends so that even when we are paying, we will be able to get something monthly so that we can be able to concentrate and study more. He moved further and said there is a startup business that a lot of people, micro, whatever you startup business you want to do, the SMIDAN is available for you, and not the SMIDAN only. There is a youth investment fund that everybody, and this is what we are saying about this, you don't need to know me before you apply. You don't need to know anybody. It is no more business as issuer. Apply and you are going to get this done. And you are going to get maybe the loan or the grant. A move up. In ITF, a large numbers of people never knew that ITF exists. As of today, we are battling with people to register. They believe that is a fake. It is real. A training is going on in all over the country. Whatever you want to study, whatever you want them to train you on, is on the spot. The registration is on there. The super is there. ITF, go on their website or whatever. Go and register. If you are not on their website, we have the agents in all over the state. And the training is at your doorstep. Not for you to come to anywhere. The centers, they have a private centers in everywhere. Just go. Train. A large numbers of what is happening to us now is skills. And together we put an idea also. It's part of the initiative. Nigerian Youth Academy is on the spot. Very soon it's going to be launched openly for everybody. But now we have over 80,000 people getting digital training, whatever training they are getting on NIA, just to test run and see how it works. We have made up our mind that by 2 years of this government, we want to, as much as possible, that 7 million young people are skilled. And that is why we make our target that it is time for us to skill ourselves. And we said it is time, again, that we must go and upskill ourselves. Neither you've been skilled before or you have not been skilled. We have it. And we now understand as a ministry that we have two categories of young people. We have the formal youth and we have the informal youth. Maybe our concentration has been more on the formal youth because that is who we have. But now we are setting a space for the two youths, and we are going even down to the NLTWs and people that are sales workers and all that. We are ready and we are determined. If you allow me, I will keep on saying and bringing up the initiatives of the government that the president have had for the youth. I therefore look forward to see everyone from the grassroots at this conference and hope that we have a productive outcome, that the government, the private sector, the labor union, and even the youth across the board will sit down and deliberate on and move a way forward. Thank you and God bless you.
National Youth Dialogue is an idea conceived, not political, but with the initiative of the Forum of the Special Advisors and Senior Special Assistants to Governors, the 36 state governors in Nigeria, in collaboration with other youths and youth groups in the country, along with the Pan-African Youth Union. The idea is to bring 1,000 young persons to Abuja on the 30th of September and having the opening ceremony on the 1st of October, and then the departure is on the 3rd of October. The concept is to have 774 local governments represented, irrespective of your political party, irrespective of your religion or tribe or where you come from. Because whether we like it or not, Nigeria is at a melting point, with over 60% of our population being young people, and with a very strong disconnect between the leaders and the led. It is important that we bring ourselves together to dialogue, talk to ourselves. What are the problems and how can we solve the problem? Whether the End SARS protest and the last End Bad Governance protest has shown that there is a lot that needs to be done in the country. Therefore, the young people are taking it upon themselves to say, instead of going on the street protesting without a leader, we as special advisors and senior special assistants to governors in Nigeria must begin to take the leadership in our hands. The End Bad Governance protest is as a result of some of the failure of government, whether we like it or not. But there is no how we can have a national youth dialogue without a government involvement, no matter how little it is, because Nigeria is not a lawless state. Nigeria is a country that is bound with its sovereignty. And at the forum level, we have different political parties, we have different representatives, the National Youth Council of Nigeria, the National Youth Parliament, the Nigeria Youth Parliament, the Indibo Youth Congress, the Arewa Youth Consultative Forum, and other youth, Ijo Youth Council and other youth organizations are actually on board in making sure that we sit, dialogue, and come up with a communique, not like the usual conference and summit that we usually have, where we come up with reports that are not implementable. We know that the federal government is doing a lot. We know that the state is doing a lot. We also know that the local government has a lot to do. But these 774 representatives from each of the local governments are expected at the end of the program to be the good governance ambassador in their respective local government, whereby various activities of the government can trickle down to the local government. We also appreciate Mr. President for the autonomy for the local government. For this autonomy to take effect, the young people who are the majority with the larger population must take ownership of this. And for involvement, one of the things we've also lacked in the country is mentorship. There have been a disconnect between the leaders. And we thank Mr. President for appointing young people in his government who are now serving as our representative. A good example is the Honorable Minister that we have sitting down beside us here. For the first time in this country, we are having a Ministry of Youth Development. And we're also having a minister that is our own. A minister that we can harass, a minister that we can walk up to because he's one of us. A minister that is on the street, that understands the street language. Because unlike before, where we have older people man the Ministry of Youth and Sport. So irrespective of this achievement of Mr. President, there is need for this proper dissemination of government programs, of government activities, and also a demarcation between what is expected of the federal government, what is expected of the state government, and what is expected of the local government. And that is why this dialogue is very important. The Nigerian youth are very resolute, irrespective of our country, irrespective of whatever is happening in the country. We understand that the leadership of this country rests more on our shoulders than on the shoulders of the federal government. Thank you very much.